We stand surrounded, we are not alone. Within my reverie, there's holy light. Without a number, we stand and fight. And north ignite, the world is cold. We stand surrounded, we are not alone. Within my reverie, there's holy light. Without a number, we stand and fight. Oh, 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 we are not alone. Oh, oh, we are not alone.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the PPR channel for a random midweek live stream. So I was just sitting around thinking today about some of my favorite horror movies from this past year. Also thinking about some ones that were a surprise to me, and also some ones that were kind of a little bit of a letdown as well. So I just wanted to take a few minutes and come on here and kind of go through some of those movies, let you know what I recommend. So I got quite a list here with me. I know Dustin may or may not be up here in a little while, just a little bit later. But before we get into it, I need to make sure that I am good and streaming everywhere. Give me 1 second. All right. There we go. So, on the PPR channel, we like to do just a whole lot of random things. And the movie reviews, we had a good time last month talking about movies and reviews and things that we recommended. So I wanted to break down my top horror movies of 2023 so far. The year is almost out, and this year with horror movies has been kind of topsy-turvy for me. A lot of the great horror movies from this past year have come from more foreign films outside of the United States. With movies you'll hear me talk about here in just a little bit from Australia and Argentina. And then there are a few American movies, actually several that I am going to recommend. But for the most part, American horror movies that have been coming out of Hollywood have been really, really disappointing. You're seeing a lot of just terrible remakes that are coming out there, and they're just cash grabs. And you're seeing the fans, the true horror fans, react to this. And so hopefully if we keep not supporting these movies, they will quit making them. Hey, Saturnian. Yes, I'm doing a breakdown of my favorite horror movies of 2023. This is going to be spoiler free. So I'm just going to give you kind of the basic plot, what I liked about it, because I don't want to ruin anything. Because, see, a lot of what I like to do when I go into a movie, I don't read a lot about it. Like, I'll just kind of read a snippet of kind of just the basic plot and then make a decision if I want to see it or not. I may watch a little bit of a trailer just for, maybe about 30 seconds to a minute. I don't want too much given away to me. So I'm going to try not to give too much away to you tonight, because I don't want to ruin that experience of going into the movie and seeing and getting everything for the first time. So I have got a little list with me here that I wrote down earlier today, and it's in no particular order. It was just kind of as they popped into my mind that I began to write these down. And I'm going to start with the movies from 2023. Okay, so all of these movies were made in this past year, in 2023. So the first one I want to start off with is Evil Dead Rise. The new Evil Dead movies that have been coming out lately, they haven't had Bruce Campbell in it, and I know that there's been just a lot of debate among fans and saying how it's not as good without Bruce Campbell. And I would agree, it's not the same without Bruce Campbell. However, if you go into these movies with a different mindset of coming at it with, let's just see how this is as a horror movie. We're not going to expect Bruce Campbell in it, so let's see what they do. I really enjoyed Evil Dead Rise. I also enjoyed the 2013 remake. They are much, much darker, and they go back with the blood and guts and violence in the spirit of the first one, except it's not campy and over the top. So Evil Dead Rise takes place in an apartment building. They don't set it in a cabin. Does have the Necronomicon in it, and it centers around a mother and her two kids. And so this one is very dark, very violent, very bloody. So me personally, I enjoyed Evil Dead Rise. I know some of my friends and movie enthusiasts didn't enjoy it, but Zeke recommends Evil Dead Rise. Just don't go into it expecting Army of Darkness, Ash versus Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2. No Bruce Campbell in this one. Yes, Eternian, I see you enjoyed that one too. Yes. The next movie I wrote down here was Saw X. Those of you who know me know that I am a huge Saw franchise fan. I actually write for Mixed Alternative Magazine. It is an indie magazine, and I do all things horror for them. And I just recently wrapped up a 4-part series on the philosophy of Jigsaw and comparing Jigsaw's philosophy to Nietzschean nihilism. You can find that on Mixed Alternative Magazine's website and read that. So I'm a big Saw fan. I enjoyed all the movies. I think it's one of the strongest franchises out there story-wise, although Saw 7 was pretty weak story-wise, but it was still enjoyable. Saw X goes back to the spirit of the very first few ones, and it takes place between part 1 and part 2. And John Kramer thinks that he has found somebody who can do some surgery, offer him some things that can heal him from his cancer. They end up screwing him over, and he does what he does best. So if you've seen the Saw movies, if you were a fan of the early ones, then you are going to enjoy Saw X. The next one I wrote down. This one is my favorite horror movie of 2023. Possibly on my list as one of my top favorite horror movies of all time. This little gem is from Argentina, and it is a foreign film, and it's in subtitles. It is the film When Evil Lurks. This movie. It is a different take on demon possession. If you've seen the thing I can think that it's comparable to is if you have seen Paco Plaza's Wreck found footage movies where um, there's a demon outbreak that kind of takes the form of zombies. This is similar in the sense that it is an outbreak type of base thing that it spreads, but how it spreads and what the symptoms are, what you can do, what you cannot do is very, very original. This movie is dark, it is bleak, and it does not have a happy ending. I was just giddy the whole time watching this because it was something fresh, something new, something original. So if you are going to watch anything in 2023, watch When Evil Lurks. I see Lisa is in here. Hey, Lisa. If y'all missed yesterday's show with Lisa Vasquez in here, go back. It's on the channel. Watch it. We had an amazing time. See who else we have in the chat with us. Lisa is on the Facebook side. Big Ben, welcome. I see Tanya is in there too. So awesome to have y'all all on here tonight. So thank you for coming and listening to my ramblings about horror movies. Next, after When Evil Lurks, this one was another foreign film that was absolutely fantastic. I'm drawing a blank. I think it was made in Australia, maybe New Zealand. Some of y'all who have seen this, maybe you can help me out because I'm having a brain fart right now. But it is the movie Talk to Me. This is another type of possession movie that has a very original premise. These kids have this sort of mummified hand from a medium. And the game is you set the hand on a table and you grab it and hold on to it and you say, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. And it opens you up and you can see the spirits around you and you actually get possessed by the spirit. However, you can't let the possession go beyond a certain amount of time, or you will be possessed permanently. So they kind of have like a stopwatch and they pull the people out, and it's this great euphoric fun experience for them. And then as we all know, whenever you start messing with stuff like that, it goes south quick. And this is what happens in Talk to Me. What happens and starts as a fun game ends up going downhill very, very fast and takes a extremely dark road. The feel for it is, as far as like some of the scenes in the darkness, there were I don't know if anybody else maybe put this together, but there were some scenes in it that reminded me of the feel from Hereditary at times. So Talk to Me is another good one that I would recommend. Another favorite of mine that I found extremely enjoyable. This one, I guess I should tell you where to find these. I know you can find Evil Dead Rise, When Evil Lurks. These are all on Amazon, Shudder. Talk to Me, I think you'll have to rent that one. Saw X hasn't come out yet because it was still in theaters. It just probably left theaters not too long ago. Brooklyn 45 is another one, and this one is streaming on Shudder, I believe. I get it confused because I have my Shudder linked to my Amazon account, and so sometimes it blurs together if I watched it on Amazon Prime or Shudder. So this story in Brooklyn 45, it takes place in the 1940s, and you've got 5 military veterans that are all around a table in this Brooklyn apartment, and they've all been kind of like best friends since childhood. And they begin to suspect that one of the ladies in there has Nazi ties, and so they're trying to figure out, because they're trying to fulfill one of the last wishes of their friends. There's something that happens towards the beginning that you're not expecting and shocking, and kind of throws everything into disarray. This one has definitely a murder mystery type of feel with Nazi, not propaganda, but with them trying to figure out if this person was a Nazi or not, and then they're trying to decide whether or not they're going to kill this person. And so it all takes place in one room. So this one was a very cool one, very great idea, very well done. So Brooklyn 45. Another one that I enjoyed was Knock at the Cabin. This one was directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Those of you who know him from The Visit, Old, Sixth Sense. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, Talk to Me, Australia. That's what I thought. I appreciate you affirming that. Knock at the Cabin. This is more of kind of like a end of the world type of feel. These two dads are in a cabin with their child, and all of a sudden these weird people come to their cabin and knock and basically tell them, hey, sorry, we got to do some things here. If we don't do this to you, then the world is going to end. And they're trying to figure out if this group of people is telling the truth, if they're lying. So there's some tension, some character tension, some intrigue and mystery there about whether or not these people are lying or they really have to do these things so the world doesn't end. So I enjoyed Knock at the Cabin. Another one that I enjoyed was Cocaine Bear. This movie was a trip. Not a lot of plot to this. This is just good, fun horror. And Cocaine Bear is kind of based on something that happened in the 80s with some cocaine getting lost and dropped out of a plane and a bear getting into it. And they kind of took that and ran with it. And basically what you've got is this bear in the movie gets a hold of all of this cocaine. And he gets addicted really, really quick. And the cocaine obviously makes him just extremely volatile and hyper. And he goes on this killing spree in this park. And it's got some great comedy, some pretty cool kill scenes. This one is just all around fun. So Cocaine Bear, you can find that one on Amazon as well. Make sure that I haven't missed anybody in chat. Yeah, Big Ben, there are tons of streaming platforms out there now. You've got Shudder, you've got Amazon, you got Netflix, Hulu, Max, Paramount Plus, Screenbox, AMC. They're just all over the place. Stars. So there's bound to be something good to watch between all those, you would think. Another cool movie that I enjoyed. This one is a foreign film. I'm going to find my notes here. This is called Husera the Bone Woman. This one, if you like body horror, all right, this is another foreign film. This one is very, very twisted. It's about this lady who is a first-time mother, and she realizes that there's this kind of curse and this danger going on over her family. This one I was quite surprised with and very, very pleased with. I really, really enjoyed this one. This one, I believe, is on Shudder. And it's just, if you like body horror, you're going to enjoy this one. So that's another foreign film that is just got some original stuff to it, that I think you will enjoy. Another film here, that I enjoyed was Megan, the one about the animatronics robot who is this little girl's friend. So y'all know, if there's anything remotely like a creepy doll or mannequin or something like that, I'm gonna watch it. And that was kind of what it was with Megan. I saw it. I watched the unrated version. The original version is PG-13. The unrated has a little bit more violence and stuff to it to kind of get it over the edge a little bit. And Megan is this artificial intelligence doll that this lady comes up with and programs, and she starts to test it on this little girl, and the little girl really gets attached to the doll, and the doll, Megan, becomes very, very protective of her. And as you can imagine, every time that she senses the girl is in danger, Megan goes haywire. So not really too much plot wise that is different or that you're going to be shocked about. It was just, for me, just one of those ones that was an enjoyable one to me because of it's about a artificial intelligence creepy doll. So Megan was another one that I enjoyed. Let's see, some more I have written down here. Totally Killer. This one is, think something like Sweet 16 Killer meets time travel. This one had kind of Happy Death Day vibes for me. It was pretty fun. It's one of those movies that kind of kept me entertained the entire time. I really enjoyed it. So if you enjoyed Happy Death Day, then you will like Totally Killer. Trying to speed up a little bit here because I have a good bit on my list. Found footage movies that I enjoyed from this past year. VHS 85, if you've kept up with the VHS trilogy. VHS 85 has some very interesting concepts and some of the things that they did that I thought were quite original. So you can find that one on Shudder. If you're a found footage fan, it follows the same VHS premise. VHS tape, they got these different recorded things on them. Each, it's like an anthology of different found footages put together. So I recommend that. There's another one, found footage movie called Followers, about social media and influences. Another one that I enjoyed called The Outwaters, which is kind of a mystery intrigue. Takes place out in the desert's woods. I'm not going to say much more about that, but it was pretty good. The last two on the list that I would recommend in 2023 that I really enjoyed: The Pope's Exorcist with Russell Crowe. I absolutely loved this one. It's my background as a minister and really big into possession flicks. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. There were some cool things. The story is good, and as the plot develops, and some of the stuff with the ending and everything. Pope's Exorcist is another good one. And then I'm also a big Insidious fan, and so I really enjoyed Insidious: The Red Door. It goes back to the story of the first two, and we get Dalton when he is older, and we figure out that there is still some stuff going on with him, even though he's older and in college. And what's cool is they got the same actor to play Dalton that they did in the first one. So he is really grown up in real life. And when I saw the guy on the screen, it made me feel old, because I was like, dang, I remember when this guy was just a kid when the first two came out. So those are my recommendations. I will read them off again. Hey, PW, I see that you're in here. Thank you for coming on. So my favorite movies of 2023 were Evil Dead Rise, Saw X, When Evil Lurks, Talk to Me, Brooklyn 45, Knock at the Cabin, Cocaine Bear, Megan, Husuera the Bone Woman, Totally Killer, VHS 85, Followers, The Outwaters, The Pope's Exorcist, and Insidious the Red Door. Those were the ones that I really, really enjoyed. A lot of these on this list I am definitely going to be purchasing and adding to my collection. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is movies of 2023 that I was surprised that I watched and I enjoyed. Because some of these I went into thinking that, oh my gosh, this is just not going to be good. And I was actually pleasantly surprised by them. The first one, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Yes, there is a Winnie the Pooh horror movie. This one is just so outlandish. And basically what happens is Christopher Robin grows up and he leaves 100 Acre Woods behind. He leaves Pooh and Piglet and all of them to fend for themselves. Well, because they didn't have the love of Christopher Robin and his interaction, they become quite feral and angry and bitter that they got left, and they go on a killing spree. This one is worth watching just because of the title alone and the concept. Don't go into this expecting a masterpiece. It is not. It is good B-movie type horror fun. The next one is the Five Nights at Freddy movie. Again, you got creepy animatronics. I enjoyed this one. I also enjoyed the one several years ago, Willy's Wonderland with Nick Cage. Five Nights at Freddy is not as violent. It is a PG-13 horror movie because they're trying to appeal to some of the younger audience who plays that game. I'm sitting here. The first thing I thought when I'm watching it is, why is it 2023 and we're just now getting a Five Nights at Freddy's movie? Like, this was big 10 years ago. This is a little late, but it was still enjoyable. There are some genuinely creepy scenes with the animatronics. So again, just like with Megan, or Willy's Wonderland, if you like anything with creepy dolls, creepy animatronics, Five Nights at Freddy's is a good one to watch. Another one that I enjoyed, and I watched this one just on the title alone. I went into it thinking that it was going to be horrible and stupid, because once you get to 12 or 13 movies in a franchise, they usually get pretty crappy. And that's kind of what happened with the Children of the Corn movies, especially some of the last ones they did. But they did a kind of a reimagining of Children of the Corn, and it was actually a decent movie. I went into this expecting a total crap fest, but I actually enjoyed it. It is just called Children of the Corn. There was a newer one they did not too long ago. Don't watch that one. That one is terrible. This one is just Children of the Corn. just like the original one from the 80s. Um, so that was one that I was surprised that I was like that I had liked. Um, yeah, see, Big Ben, Violent Night, about the violent Santa Claus, the one from last year. That was a fun one. That one was great. So we'll do something here when December rolls around. We'll do some Zeke's recommendation for Christmas horror movies. So that's another thing we'll do. So stay tuned for that. Another movie from 2023 that I enjoyed was Renfield. This is Nicolas Cage, where he plays the vampire. I went into this movie with extremely low expectations. And it was quite enjoyable. Like, it didn't blow me away, but I enjoyed it. It had some funny parts to it. It had some violent parts to it. It's kind of a dark vampire comedy. So if you've gone through everything else on the list and you're still looking for something to watch, pop in Renfield. It's not bad. Or it could have been that I just went in with such low expectations of it. You be the judge. Another one that I have enjoyed. I just started watching this one. I haven't finished it yet, but Slaughterhouse. All right, this is a horror comedy about a killer sloth. That's all I am saying. I can't give my full consensus on this yet because I haven't finished, but so far it has been quite entertaining. Letdowns for me. Movies I went into having a high hope, and then they really, really disappointed me. The first one I have on my list is Nefarious. All right, this was a possession movie, and I couldn't find it anywhere when it first came out, so I just ended up buying it at Walmart. I don't know what was going on. I couldn't find it anywhere to stream. I could only find it on DVD, so I bought it. And if y'all know, I'm always a sucker for a possession movie. There is nothing scary in this movie. Basically, what you have is a convict who has been convicted of crimes, and he is talking to the psychologist to determine if he's mentally fit, if he should be executed, or if he should be put into a mental institution. And so there's this back and forth debate about whether the guy's really demon possessed. And there's a couple of kind of psychic phenomenon things that happen that make the psychologist kind of guess and rethink some things. It's got some decent theological, philosophical debate in it, but overall, as a possession movie, it just really, really fell flat for me. And I went into it with big expectations because of some of the previews that I saw that made it look actually really, really good and intriguing, but it just fell flat for me. Another one that I thought was just absolutely stupid. I am a big fan of found footage movies. I am a big fan of ghost movies and possession movies, and also movies that seem to create this very foreboding atmosphere. And when I saw the previews for a movie called Skinamarink, I was like, oh my gosh, this looks fantastic. Skinamarink is a movie where nothing happens. Let's put it to you that way. These kids are in this house and they wake up alone, and they can't figure out where their mom and dad are. And it's got all of these weird kind of camera angles. And the camera angles and the cinematography are really, really cool. Hey, Ace, welcome to the chat. Glad that you are back with us. So there's some really cool angles. And at first, when you get to watching the movie, it definitely creates this really weird, foreboding atmosphere. But then as you go on and nothing changes and nothing happens, it just, after 30 minutes, I was extremely bored with the movie. I finished it and watched it to the end. And and then, I went back and read some stuff about it, and people saying, oh, you got to take this into consideration and go and watch it again. And I was like, okay, so maybe I'm missing something. So stupid me goes back and sits through this thing again, and I still did not enjoy it at all. So Skinamarink fell extremely flat for me. The other one, a horror comedy called We Have a Ghost. Basically a haunted house movie. It's kind of a horror comedy. It had great potential, but the humor and some of the things just fell flat for me. I didn't really find this one enjoyable. It was just kind of blah. And the last one on my list that I have for movies that were disappointing for me was Scream 6. I've enjoyed the Scream franchise. Huge Wes Craven fan. Even some of the ones that weren't as good, I still kind of like the murder mystery and trying to figure out who the killer is. I found Scream 5 enjoyable, but this one, 6, it just felt run of the mill. It fell flat for me. You may like it. You might enjoy it. Again, these are just my opinions. So you may go and try some of these movies out, and you may not like them, or some of the ones I say I don't like, you might like. So my thing is, all of these movies, if you're going through and you see them and you're like, oh, well, Zeke said this one isn't any good, but you read it and you're like, well, it sounds good to me. Well, watch it. You may like it. Okay. The thing about entertainment is it's all subjective. And that's why you had such a big debate with Skinamarink. A lot of people loved it, and then you had people like me that it didn't do it for me. So don't let me dissuade you from watching any of these. If you had them on your list that you were going to watch, go ahead and do it and get your own opinion. So again, let me run these through again. Movies I was surprised I liked: Five Nights at Freddy, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, Children of the Corn, Renfield, and so far Slaughterhouse. Letdowns: Nefarious, Skinamarink, We Have a Ghost, and Scream 6. So that is all I have for this evening, other than a few announcements. Just a reminder, tomorrow night we'll be going live again, and we will be looking at Revelation chapter 4. So we're going to continue our show Immortal Shadows on Thursday night with our study through the book of Revelation. Chapter 4 gets into the really, really cool visions, and we start off with a vision of the very throne room of God, which is just extremely powerful and profound. So that'll be Thursday night. And then Saturday, we are having another live stream with our special guest, are going to be Elite Vixen Paranormal. They have a investigation coming up in December, on December 9th at the Thomas House. And this is a fundraiser, and there are still some tickets left. So we're going to be talking to them, and we're going to be promoting this event, and just kind of giving you some more information about it, ticket costs, times, and then however many tickets they have left by Saturday. So come and join us on Thursday night. Come join us on Saturday as we support another great paranormal team, Elite Vixen Paranormal. So anybody in chat, were there any horror movies of 2023 that I may have missed that you enjoyed or you didn't enjoy? Because I didn't really go over everything that was made, and also I didn't go over everything that I have watched. I try to watch every horror movie that comes out in that given year. I still have a few more from 2023 that I have not watched, so I can't give an opinion on. I'm going to try to hopefully get those done before the year's out. Okay, PW, I will check my Instagram for you. Dark Christmas, I see you said that one. PW, was that one from this past year? Was that a 2023? If it is, I haven't seen that one yet. Yeah, Dustin mentions Infinity Pool. That one was Infinity Pool was crazy. That one was very enjoyable. That one I went into expecting it to be pretty good, and it was. So Infinity Pool is another one that is good. Crimes of the Future, if we're going the Cronenberg route here, Crimes of the Future is another one that was just was pretty good. The Nun 2, that's another 2023 horror movie. It's got a good storyline. Dustin and I talked about this one because we both watched it. Good storyline, scares and creepiness not as good as the first one, but the storyline in The Nun 2 is much more cooler. Dustin and I thought. So The Nun 2, yep. Infinity Pool, Crimes of the Future. I know there's some I haven't seen yet. There's this one called We Can't All Die. I have not seen that one yet. That one's gotten good reviews. There was one, it was a Peacock original called Sick. This one was a slasher. It got good reviews from some people. I tried to sit down and watch it several times, and I didn't make it through it. I lost interest. I may try to go back and finish it. It could have just been my mindset and where I was that week trying to watch it. Another one I remember that I have not seen yet is called The Wrath of Becky. That one, I just remember seeing like posters for it. I haven't read too much about it. I'm not sure if it sounds to me like a horror comedy. I'm not sure. That's one that I haven't seen. Trying to think what else in 20. There's another one. Okay, The Angry Black Monster. That's on. I can't remember if it's Amazon or Shudder. I have that one in my queue to watch. Oh, another one. This is an alien movie. It's on Hulu. No One Will Save You. It was a pretty good alien abduction type film. It's PG-13 horror. It wasn't bad. Um, so if you have Hulu, that one may be worth your time. Trying to think of anything else that I have seen. That is worth mentioning. Oh, there was one Ennis Men. That is Enysmen. Takes place in Ennis. This one was this is kind of an artsy horror movie. It got a lot of good reviews. I sat down and tried to watch it several times, and I just, again, it fell flat for me. It could have been that I just wasn't in the mood for that type of horror movie. So that's one that I still have to go back and finish to give my final consensus on. So like I said, there are still some from 2023 that I have in my queue to watch, or that I just haven't finished it because time or I lost interest that I need to go back and do. Yeah, the new Boogeyman, Dustin mentioned, that one is on Hulu. Yeah, Huswera the Bone Woman, Dustin, I had mentioned that one. That's a really creepy body horror. The Boogeyman, that one was actually decent. On Hulu, it's kind of a reimagining of Stephen King's Boogeyman. So CPW, you mentioned The Fourth Kind. Yeah, that came out. Ooh, that's a good found footage. That came out in 2009, 10, or 11, somewhere around there. That's a cool found footage movie. Go back and read some of y'all's comments. I see, Yo Baby, you like more of the realistic horror movies. The 100th of Friday the 13th drives you crazy. Yeah. Drag Me to Hell. Yeah, PW, that is a good one. The Catacombs in Paris, like the PWIC, you mentioned that. There's a great found footage. I think we mentioned it on the last time we were talking about movies, As Above, So Below. That is a great found footage movie. Yeah, PW, I have seen Krampus. I love Krampus. I will bring that up when we do a Christmas Zeke's horror Christmas recommendations. Yeah, Tanya, Jason is a reanimator. I mean, he's immortal. You can't kill him. He keeps coming back. Now, I will say, I love the Freddy versus Jason. That movie was so much fun. I enjoyed watching them two go at it. We got our money's worth with that one. Like, we didn't just get 5 minutes of fighting. They went at it for like 20 or 30 minutes. It was fantastic. So I enjoyed that one. Dustin mentions the new Omen. You talking about I think it was a 2004, 2005, somewhere around there, remake, Dustin, of the Omen? Because I enjoyed it too. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything from y'all in chat. I'm trying to keep an eye on it as I've been rambling. Yeah, the Halloween movies. I am a huge Michael Myers fan, which was why I was so angry at what David Gordon Green did with the last two Halloween movies. Don't even get me started on that. Yes, Ace, Michael Myers and Jason. I would love to see that fight as well. I'd like to see them throw down. That would be a cool fight. Yep, PW. Y'all two are spot on right there with that one. That would be a main event. So, I think that's about all that I have got for tonight. Thank you for tuning in. I know I went through some of these kind of fast, so just go back through and listen. And if you didn't get those recommendations or write them down, go back through. This video will be up forever, so you can go back and listen. Suitable Flesh. Yes, Dustin, I have that one in my queue to watch. I have not seen it yet, so I cannot give my thumbs up or thumbs down on that one. All right. We'll wait a few more minutes. Anything else? Okay, yo, baby, you got a question. What you got? Yes, Battle Royal, PW. That is a fun Japanese movie. You can find that one streaming. I think that one's on Tubi. Where on earth do I find time to watch all of these? I don't sleep very much. So, and a lot of times I multitask. Like I can watch a movie and read a book at the same time. And sometimes I'll put on a movie when I write. I draw my inspiration at times. So like what I'll do sometimes if I have a story idea and there's a movie I want to watch that I think would be good inspiration for that story, I will watch the movie and write and see if there's anything that I can glean. Sometimes I'll take notes from scenes from movies that I liked that could inspire something for me. So that's kind of what I do, Tanya. And I'm usually watching a movie at bedtime every single night before I go to bed as well. Sometimes, I'll fall asleep. It'll take me 2 nights to watch a movie. So I'm your spirit animal. Thank you, PW. I don't know if anybody. I don't know if y'all want me being your spirit animal. But yeah, it is a great place. So for me, watching movies is not a waste of time. I see it as part of my artistic process. Same thing with reading. Like you never know what you're going to read, what you're going to watch. That's going to inspire your next story or your next book. So I'm constantly reading, constantly watching movies. So get that inspiration. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll be a spirit animal. The bearded, sarcastic one. There you go, PW. The jester. Very funny. Oh yeah, Face, bye, Mr. Duggan. Yeah, y'all missed it last night. Face was on in the chat saying that I look like Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Bethany Haddo. she had a blast with that one. Okay, Gabriel. That came out, I think, either late 90s or sometime early 2000. If I'm thinking of the right one, the Angel movie, I have it in a collection of angel-themed horror movies that I had bought one time. So I have seen that one. Yeah, at least I'm not. Okay, 2000. Yeah, PW. That's what I thought. So yeah, not a sloth, but am gonna finish watching that Slotherville horror movie because it was pretty fun so far. All right, last minute for any other questions or comments or movie recommendations from 2023 that I may have missed. I'll give you all a minute. The Demon of Serling. That's coming out December 1st, Dustin. I have to look that up. Who's going to be our next guest? Well, after Saturday with Elite Vixen Paranormal, I don't know. I will keep y'all posted. But you can expect possibly Thursday night, maybe some more sock puppet shenanigans. So now this is a thing that really sets this channel apart, right? Forget all of the great information that we give you. Forget the cool investigations. Forget all of the cool teachings and stuff that we do. I think what sets us apart is that we are the only sock puppets for your entertainment. And we will start incorporating those sock puppets even more. We've got plans, big plans for the sock puppets. You're welcome, Tanya. Thank you all for hopping in tonight. Yeah, I'm bringing back the sock puppets, PW. We'll have the whole sock puppet crew here. So, well, all right, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you all for talking with me in chat, hanging out with me, and talking horror movies with me tonight. Hope you go back and check out some of those movie recommendations from tonight. Stick around for the next few minutes. Oh, hey, Triple X lady. Glad that you are in here with us and that you've been watching. So, yeah, we're going to close out with our inspirational video that we like to always do. So please like this video. You can leave comments. And if you haven't subscribed to the PPR channel or to Tanya's channel, the yobaby channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But we will be back tomorrow night for our Immortal Shadows show, talking about Revelation chapter 4. So we will see y'all tomorrow night.
Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know, I don't know. Tell me, have I lost my mind? Nowhere to go, so far from home. Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know, I don't know. Tell me, have I lost my mind?